I'm Peter Gagliardi. I'm the Executive Director of HAP Housing, and I've given you written copies of my comments, so I will summarize and say we've had a lot of experience providing affordable housing, providing housing to homeless people, and preventing homelessness over nearly 40 years.
Can everyone hear? They don't use the mic?
No.
Okay.
I am here today to support implementation of the emergency assistance regulations with a confidence that DHCD will continue to monitor the program and accept recommendations for change should there be a need to alter them to account for unintended consequences.
Excuse me, the mic isn't
and
on.
I-
It's not on.
The mic's
I
not
think-
on.
Excuse me. Can we just check the mic with
I
the
don't think
volume?
it's on.
It's not on.
Is it on now?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
I take some comfort in knowing that the department has already made more than 20 changes to the regulations. It's already been suggested that part of the reason we're here today is that there are thousands of families in Massachusetts who are inadequately housed, doubled up or otherwise. My estimate is that there are in excess of 100,000 Massachusetts households living in worst-case situations without the resources to provide the kind of housing that the family needs. If we were to solve this problem so there's no more rush at the front door, no more pressure that causes us to put people in motels, and we looked at everybody who was in grave danger of becoming homeless, we'd need, I think, upwards of 50,000 vouchers at a cost of $500 or $600 million a year and rising over time. One of the difficulties that we have, from my perspective, is that the federal government has basically abdicated its responsibility to provide housing for families with extremely low incomes, and the Commonwealth, which may have the will to do such things, hasn't come up with the resources to date. And in fact, our own track record is going from 20,000 rental vouchers in 1990 to 6,000 today, and we're only now, with the implementation of these changes, starting to build that back, and it's going to be a slow build. The principles on this change that's been proposed are simple. People who have a place to be, even if it's temporary, as long as it's safe, are better off there than going into motels, and we've created a program in RAFT, and we have other resources as well that will help those people without having to go and cram themselves into a motel room for ungodly long stays. And we find that when we go back and push and ask the question and start probing, that people do have a place where they can be for a while. RAFT works, and we have some folks here who are testimony to that. They're not available to speak. They don't want to speak today, but we have a woman, Belinda, behind me, who is here today. And I also have a letter not signed by a former domestic violence victim that I would like to submit to you as well. She, for reasons that you can imagine, does not want to reveal her name or where she lives. But I'm going to pass that on. I think that we need to have an alternative to shelter. The investment in the RAFT program moves us in that direction, and I'm looking forward to really working with families on a continued basis to ensure that no family lives on the street. And we're working, as was noted earlier, with the network in Western Massachusetts to make sure that that's what happens. I also want to say I understand there may be people here who aren't sure where they're going to be tonight. I have brought with me a number of members of our staff from our Housing Consumer Education Center. They're here, they're available to speak with people and to work with them and to pursue solutions to whatever that problem may be. And we've also made arrangements for a private room where staff can meet with somebody if it's urgent, so that it should happen now while the hearing's going on. So those kinds of resources are here. I would also say we have not seen lots and lots of people come to us who who we couldn't find a place for that night. Once we say we're working with them with RAFT or other resources, they can have a short-term solution until we can fix it. Thank you.
Mr. Gagliardi, what room are your folks in?
Would the HAP staff just stand up so people can see them?
Hurry up,
They will make the arrangement.
If you need assistance as to where you're staying tonight,
Si necesita asistencia, ¿dónde se va a quedar esta noche? Si no tiene lugar donde quedarse esta noche, solamente levántese.
there are staff workers from HAP here who will stand up,
Aquí hay personas que le van a ayudar a usted si necesita ayuda.
and they can help you immediately in this building.
Y le pueden ayudar inmediatamente en este edificio.
Just to give a 15-minute
Please.
speech, and
Please.
that's just kind of upsetting, and it's degrading to people that really need a place to stay tonight.
Please.
You're not reaching the people like this.
Please speak to Mr. Gagliardi or any of his staff. This is their full-time job. They are available 5 days a week. And if you need information, just how to get to their office,
Okay.
it's not now.
That was
Or phone
self-serving
number.
to me, though. That's how I felt
They
about
be
that
ready
statement.
to help you.